Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here. We're back for some more of the Paper Mario that's out here door on the Nintendo Switch. If you did miss out during the last one, well, we do have a new tag-along partner, which that of course is going to be with Vivian, and she does have some brand new features that we could go and do with her. And that is of course, for one thing, is that we're going to have to try to learn some information about this Dupless guy and figure out what else is going to happen throughout here in Chapter 4, and that is of course by talking to some of these crows. And mind you, there is going to be another said type of bird that we are going to have to be meeting up, and that is going to be back over at the Crazy Steeple, and that said bird is going to go and actually bring up the name that is going to be known as the Dupless. And throughout that way, where that bird's going to actually be located is where the small letter P is going to be, so that we can finally get that one added on into our text box and finally be able to go and get the name for Dupless, so that he can run back to the Crazy Steeple, and then we can go and take him on over there. And the cool thing about with Dupless Mario is that he actually is going to be using his partner guys that are going to be here from our way of us using them previously from before when we were like doing the original battle when he was in his regular Dupless form. But now he's going to actually have our partners and actually going to be using them throughout the way of the battle. And I believe you can actually knock them out, and I think over time you can actually see him actually switch between the different partners, which that's actually pretty nice. But again, that battle does take you a little bit longer if you do want to go through that way. But there's a much more easier way, and that's just by just having, with Dupless Mario, just go and just use everything with the Goombella, because Goombella is really not all that too annoying, and you could just basically just leave her out there, and you could just go and just do whatever type of attacks that you do need. I will show you guys off with everything that Vivian will have to offer throughout the battles, because I don't believe we ever got to see Vivian in a battle just yet. All that we really only got to go and see was that she was just getting added on into our way of the actual said team, and that was about it. So yeah, you just head on throughout this little hidden secret area from here, and we should be able to go and come behind through one of the window areas that we see from before, where we met up with all those boos the last time. Well, there is going to be a hidden star piece somewhere around in this location, so just make sure that you go and pick it up, because I don't know if we'll be able to come back around here again. Well, we could actually come back around here again, but it's just that will just be a little bit of an annoying type of area to get yourself back into with, since you have to go and take on all those different other buzzy beetles there. But however, we will be reaching all the way over to where that big block is. But yeah, so remember when I was telling you guys about the bird that was around here, the creepy steeple? Well, this is that said bird right over here. So just make sure that you go and pick up with all the different type of interesting goodies that are here. One of them is going to be with the steeple key, and one of them is going to have to be with the letter P. So we got the letter P and the steeple key, and that will be actually meant for heading on over to where that big block is. So now we're just going to go and hide right underneath from here. And now this parrot is going to basically be just saying like, oh, where did these weirdos go? But, you know, we're just kind of just hiding underneath from him until he actually brings up with the word of Dupless, right? Well, we got that missing letter. So there it is. So it's in red text right there. So we already know that's what his name is going to be all this time. And let's go and exit on out of this door from here and meet up with the big block. Now, if you guys recall, there was a house somewhere in Twilight Town that did have a pipe. It's just that that type of pipe was rejecting us as well, too. So not only was there one pipe that rejected us, but there was also a second one. But that is just because that this big block is just blocking the way out here, pun intended for what that usage was all about. But yeah, you can go and exit on out of there if you do want to, and we are going to have to go and do it right here. And this is the house in question, and that is just right in this location. And to make things much faster, if you ever do want to go and head back to Crazy Steeple without having to go and really worry about having to face off with any type of enemies or whatnot, you can just head right back over to that house, and it will just instantly take you right to the creepy steeple, which that's always such a nice good thing to have, since we don't have to do it for a third time. I know that we had to do it for a second time, though, but... So let's go and guess his name once more. Alright, so if you see that red text box right there, then you know that that's what we're going to have to go and use to enter on into it, that name. So, there we go, and just like that, just need the two double S's right there, and that is how we get Dupless, and that's his name. Whoa, okay. So now he's actually shocked that we found out what his name is all about. Whoa. This man's going all sorts of crazy right now. And now he's on the run. But we already know exactly where he's going to be running back to. Back to his original safe house. Back over at the Crazy Steeple. So let's go. And mind you, just let you know that this is not going to be just the only one time that we are going to be seeing Dupless again, because the game already kind of refers to it later on within the end of this chapter 4, saying that there is going to be more between the eye that is going to happen within the said Dupless guy, because we will be having to meet up with him later on, I think a couple of times actually, throughout one part in the I want to say chapter 7, I think, in like the 1,000-Year Door area, because I'm pretty certain that Dupless actually becomes a member of the within the Shadow Sirens, and then I believe he also shows up in chapter 6 as like another type of opponent to go and do some battling within the way of the other Crystal Star when you show up to that one particular area where the museum is at in chapter 6. But here we go. Let the battle finally commence. Or it could be chapter 8. Is it chapter 7 or 8? I can't really remember. For what the 1,000-Year Door chapter is. Because I want to say I think chapter 7 is more so in the space area, right? Because I don't think it will be able to find Dupless there. Alright, so let's go and try to set up for a move here. We're just going to have to just think of something. We'll charge up. How about that? So what this battle is going to be all happening here is that currently right now Vivian is not with us. Because for right now she's just been duped by ourselves as well too. Oh nice, the Pretty Lucky came into play. But here we go. So now finally Vivian's going to have a change of heart, and now she's going to finally be taken along with us in this actual said battle now. Alright, so now we got another partner out here for our battles, so let's go and try it out. So we're going to go set up for a nice good spin jump right there. That's going to hurt for quite a bit of damage. Well, that's not what I was really trying to go for, was not for appeal, but more so of just trying to make sure that we get all charged up, though. So yeah, unfortunately, since we don't really have Goobella alongside with us, we don't really have our special little markers for the different HPs out here, so it's going to have to kind of take us a little bit of some time to figure out how much damage that this guy has. I'm pretty sure he still has 40. So again, we are going to have to take a little bit of some minutes there. So both with Vivian and also with Mario are now finally both up at their charging levels here. Doing pretty well with the safeguarding at this point as well. Alright, here we go. That should be able... Oh, okay. Well, I guess the power jump didn't really do as much. Yeah, let's light it up. And there we go, just like that, he got himself burned, so that's going to be lasting for a couple turns there. And that is the best part about with Vivian, is that later on, at some point down the road, when she does get her last type of other ability, she'll make everybody get burned with that move, and it's going to be really nice. So it doesn't have to just be only just with one member, it's going to be with everybody. And you're going to be overly abundantly using Vivian, or at least using Flurry for a majority of the rest of the other different battles that are going to happen later. There we go. That red crystal star is now going to be coming with us, and Dupless is now finally back to his normal form, and everybody's now finally shocked that they didn't even realize it right away. I can't even believe that. You guys should actually know about who the actual real Mario is, because the Mario that I know of, that is the Paper Mario, is always the silent protagonist out here somewhat. Because he hardly ever says anything. Well, don't worry. Vivian has went and changed her mind. You don't have to be angry with her at all. Hey, there we go. And just like that, Vivian has went and joined our team, and she's also going to give us a red crystal star for our troubles. So there we go. Hooray! So now we got the special form of art attack. Now that's actually somewhat of an interesting move. I hardly ever go for it all that too much, but it is somewhat decently nice to have as well too. Basically, all that you do for the art attack is that you just go and just like basically draw around, I think, the actual set enemy, and you could do like however amount of damage that you could go and do before the time limit actually runs out. I've used it from time to time. I think it's actually something interesting that you may possibly want to go and use, probably for the Cortez fight that will happen in Chapter 5, but hey, it's all up to you. There goes off with Dupless. And there we go, just like that. See you guys then in peace.